not being given access to the legal team. And to think a case of this scale, having only access to 2 hours to prepare the case, is illegal in itself. It's very important for me to turn up this morning, because tomorrow I'm going to be meeting the Queen, and I wanted to hear what you guys wanted to get me to say to her. So, free Julian Assange!
This case is an example of so much wrong with our court system, because WikiLeaks exposed crimes, but none of those criminals were prosecuted. Exposed torture, but none of those torturers were prosecuted. Exposed people who murdered people. None of those murderers were prosecuted. Only the truth teller is being threatened with prosecutor.
Bring Julian home! Bring Julian home! Bring Julian home!
Free the truth, free Assange!
Don't shoot the messenger!
Free the truth, free Assange!
Don't shoot the messenger!
Our governments, the governments that represent us and are supposed to be our elected representatives, are war criminals. Julian has exposed this. Julian must be free. Bring Julian home to Australia.
Free Julian Assange!
As long as Julian Assange is in prison, as long as Chelsea Manning is in prison, and all the other courageous whistleblowers, journalists and publishers, east or west, all across the world, as long as they are in prison, our basic foundation of democracy is in prison as well, namely the freedom of speech and freedom of press.
I've come here to show support for a distinguished fellow journalist and someone whose one crime is free journalism. And as a journalist myself for many years, and actually as a friend of Julian Assange as well, I'm here to support him.
I'm extremely worried at his current state of health, which was alarming already when I visited him, but which by now seems to have deteriorated to the point where he is no longer able to stand trial and to participate in his court hearings. I'm not surprised to hear that, because the psychiatrist that accompanied my mission found that his state of health was critical, and that if pressure was not relieved soon, that he was likely to deteriorate rapidly to a point where damage would be irreparable.
you. We won't let them do it to you. We won't let them do this to you. Stay strong. Remember, we're here for you.
Yeah.